The oud, a cherished string instrument with a distinctive pear shape and fretless neck, plays a crucial role in global music history. Revered across the Middle East, Mediterranean, and certain African regions, its roots stretch back to antiquity. Archaeological discoveries reveal its lute-like ancestors existed in Mesopotamia over 5,000 years ago, with significant advancements seen in ancient Egypt and Persia. The term oud is derived from the Arabic word for wood, signifying its wooden construction. Throughout the centuries, particularly during the Islamic Golden Age, the oud evolved in form and technique as it gradually spread westward. This journey profoundly influenced European lutes and later, the modern guitar. Beyond its musical significance, the oud embodies rich cultural, symbolic, and healing attributes across various societies. This report explores the oud's intricate historical journey, weaving through language and culture, highlighting its enduring role as a connector of civilizations and a forger of musical traditions. Referred to as oud in some contexts, the oud stands as a central figure in Middle Eastern and Mediterranean music. Its unique characteristics consist of a pear-shaped body, elongated neck, and fretless design, producing a sound similar to a guitar through string plucking. This revered instrument is often dubbed the king of all instruments, celebrated for its melodious, versatile, and distinctive sound. Traditionally, the oud features 11 strings, organized into 6 courses, 5 pairs plus 1 bass string. Variations may include 5 or 7 courses, resulting in an overall string count of 10 or 13. Craftsmanship plays a vital role in creating the oud's boat-like body, involving the precise assembly of thin wooden strips, akin to boat construction. This meticulous artistry enhances both the instrument's tonal quality and visual allure. It examines its evolution through ancient civilizations and essential historical epics, highlights its cultural spread, and evaluates its influence on the development of notable stringed instruments, including the European lute and modern guitar. The evaluation integrates archaeological findings, historical texts, language insights, and cultural anecdotes, offering a complete understanding of this enduring musical emblem. The term oud, or oudi, has its roots in the Arabic language. The most widely accepted explanation suggests it translates to wood or thin wood strip. This connection is highlighted in the instrument's design, especially its unique back made from multiple thin wood strips. Unlike other ancient stringed instruments featuring animal skin tops, the oud is built mainly from wood, reinforcing this etymological link. In its initial Arabic form, the instrument was often referred to as al-oud, with the definite article al. However, as it traversed to other cultures, language adaptations emerged. For instance, Turkish often dropped the al in simplifying the name to oud or oudi. This linguistic shift showcases the instrument's assimilation into diverse cultural and linguistic contexts. While the wood explanation is the most common, some scholars propose alternate origins for oud. One suggestion interprets the term as a flexible stick. Another connection links it to the Persian rod or rud, meaning string, highlighting its musical essence. Additionally, links to the Sanskrit rudri, meaning string instrument, hint at ancient cultural interactions across Asia. Some propose a connection to the Syriac uda, meaning wooden stick or burning wood, possibly associated with the biblical term udi. Before oud became common, the instrument was known in pre-Islamic Arabic culture by names such as al-barbat, al-moter, and al-Quran, reflecting a rich and evolving linguistic heritage. The evolution of the oud's name from al-oud in Arabic to oud or oud in Turkish and later le-oud, French, evolving into lute in Europe, illustrates a narrative of cultural blending. As the instrument traversed geographical and cultural realms, its nomenclature adapted to accommodate the phonetics and grammar of new languages. This transformation signifies more than mere semantic shifts. It reflects the instrument's profound integration into varied musical practices and its adoption by diverse groups, amplifying the significance of cultural exchange. The oud's history is steeped in millennia, with archaeological evidence pointing to its inception in ancient Mesopotamia, modern Iraq. The earliest known depictions of instruments akin to the oud trace back to the Uruk period, establishing its conceptual origins over 5,000 years ago. Archaeological finds confirm this ancient heritage. Stone carvings and cylinder seals from the late Uruk period, circa 3100 BC, and the Akkadian period, 2400 BC to 2200 BC, depict musicians playing instruments resembling the oud. These artifacts reside in the British Museum, attesting to the instrument's age. Richard Dumbrell notes the existence of lutes in Mesopotamia over millennia ago. The most ancient image of a lute-like instrument shows a shepherd playing a long-necked version, dating back to 2350 BCE. Furthermore, the oud also appeared during the Kassite period, 1600 to 1150 BC, in Mesopotamia, characterized by a small oval body. The lineage of the oud extends to ancient Egypt and Persia, where similar instruments thrived. In Egypt, a wall relief known as the banquet scene with musicians, dating from around 1410 to 1370 BC, illustrates lute-like instruments. Discovery of a wooden lute with a curved sound box and long neck, dating back to 1500 BCE, reinforces the presence of early stringed instruments in the area. The oud's ancestry is particularly intertwined with Persia, where scholars suggest it either originated or received significant influence. A notable ancestor, the barbat, akin to the oud, emerged in Persia during the 1st century BCE. This short-necked lute, known for its fretless design, is depicted in Persian figurines from the 8th century BC, highlighting Persia's role in the oud's evolution. The barbat found its way to Mecca in the 7th century and evolved alongside the oud. Examples from the Sasanian period, 5th or 6th century CE in Persia, also showcase lute-like instruments. Many scholars believe both the oud and barbat likely evolved from older predecessors dating back to Mesopotamia in the Bronze Age, 2000 BCE to 500 BCE. Understanding early lute forms is vital for grasping the oud's lineage. Musicologist Kurt Sachs distinguished between long-necked and short-necked lutes, identifying the short-necked variety as the direct ancestor of the modern oud. This type further evolved in areas like Bactria and Gandhara, morphing into an almond-shaped instrument. Gandharan artistry, influenced by Greek styles, often depicted these lutes, which later played significant roles in Islamic, Sino-Japanese, and European lute families. Initially, pre-Islamic Persian, Arabian, and Mesopotamian stringed instruments were simpler, typically featuring 3 strings and compact sound boxes. Extensive archaeological proof of short-necked, lute-like instruments emerging across Mesopotamia, Egypt, and Persia more than 5,000 years ago suggests a proto-lute serving as a universal string instrument in antiquity. This widespread presence across diverse cultures, including Greek, Elamite, Hittite, Roman, Turkic, Indian, Chinese, Armenian, and Canaanite societies, signifies a remarkable instance of simultaneous invention or an extensive network of early cultural exchange. The continuity of this fundamental form across vast geographical regions and timeframes indicates a shared human ingenuity in instrument crafting. Consequently, the oud symbolizes the most refined descendant of an ancient lineage of short-necked lutes, underscoring an interconnected musical legacy. Beyond archaeological evidence, intriguing legends and stories permeate the oud's origin, bestowing a mythical quality that reflects its profound cultural significance. The most renowned legend attributes the oud's creation to Lamech, or Lamach, the sixth great-grandson of Adam and Eve. Such tales of Lamach appear in both 9th century Iraqi and 10th century Iranian traditions. Influential Islamic scholar Abu Nasr Muhammad al-Farabi mentions Lamach, dubbing him the father of oud players, weaving this mythical heritage into the oud's identity. Other ancient narrations offer varied accounts. Some tales link its creation to Noah amid the Great Flood. Another suggests that fairy jinn, genies, crafted the oud to entertain a king. A Persian king named Gashmid is also cited as its inventor. Some stories surprisingly mention the Greek philosopher Plato. The Persian prophet Mani is credited, involving the oud's rise with the expansion of Manichaeism. Other sources hint at a divine origin, claiming God granted Cain's sons the gift of crafting musical instruments, with Lamach specifically creating the oud. More speculative ideas by figures like Ibn at-Tahan suggest philosophers or even the devil invented the oud. These legends, while lacking historical validation, carry immense cultural weight. They reflect the rich symbolic meaning various civilizations assign to the oud. By associating its creation with emotional experiences such as deep sorrow, the Lamach legend, divine inspiration, royal patronage, or philosophical wisdom, these tales elevate the instrument into something far beyond mere entertainment. The oud was often attributed magical qualities and connections to nobility and healing methodologies. Mawardi, a 9th century Baghdad jurist, lauded its ability to aid in healing, a principle supported in Arab Spain by 11th century theologian Ibn Hazm. Such symbolism continued, with the oud viewed as energizing the body, balancing the spirit, and serving as a remedy well into the 19th century. These connections illustrate a holistic view of music where the instrument was seen as a means towards spiritual, emotional, and even physical restoration. This treasure trove of mythological stories about the oud, from the heart-rending Lamach tale to links with prophets, kings, and philosophers, serves significant cultural functions. These myths render the oud a repository of collective memory and cultural values. By associating its creation with essential human experiences such as mourning, societies imbued the instrument with profound emotional resonance and remembrance. Connections to divine inspiration or intellectual pursuit further elevate its stature, rendering it sacred or imbued with wisdom. This myth-making showcases that the oud was not merely played, but respected as an avenue for deeper human and spiritual connections. Its perceived magical properties and historical link to healing practices cement its role beyond just entertainment. The intertwining of myths with archaeological truths signifies how cultures cultivate and share meanings, often prioritizing symbolic truths over literal accuracy. This illustrates the deep integration of the oud into the spiritual, emotional, and intellectual fabric of the societies that cherished it. The oud's evolution from ancient forerunners to its more recognizable forms involved ongoing changes in both design and material. Early string instruments in pre-Islamic Persia, Arabia, and Mesopotamia were straightforward, typically housing 3 strings and compact sound boxes. During the Islamic era, these instruments experienced substantial evolution. They gained larger sound boxes, enhancing resonance and volume. A 4th string was added, along with a peg box for tuning. In early Arab civilization, Instruments typically had 4 courses, generally tuned in sequential fourths. Gradually, the use of double-string courses became prevalent, producing a richer sound. By the 9th century, a 5th string occasionally extended the instrument's range to encompass 2 octaves. A pivotal contributor to this advancement was Ziryab, a notable 9th century musician credited with introducing the 5th string to the oud, significantly boosting its musical capabilities. Regarding construction methods, the earliest ouds might have been crafted from a single piece of wood. However, this design evolved during the Moorish period in Spain, when ouds evolved into staved wooden structures. This technique, in which thin strips of wood are joined, likely improved sound, durability, and manufacturing efficiency. Moreover, early ouds featured wooden tops, contrasting with contemporary European lutes and mandolins that often employed animal skin soundboards. The oud's boat, or body construction, which involved assembling planks measuring 4 to 5 centimeters wide, parallels shipbuilding methods. Various traditional wood types are used, including mulberry, butterfly tree, mahogany, aframaz, ebony, chestnut, and paduk, each bringing unique tonal characteristics. The Islamic Golden Age, spanning the 8th to 14th centuries, marked an unparalleled surge in the oud's development. During this epoch, the crafting and performance of the instrument reached unprecedented sophistication, characterized by artistic growth and rigorous study of music and instrument design. Philosophers and musicians played vital roles in documenting, theorizing, and refining the oud. Abu Nasr Muhammad al-Farabi, circa 870–950 Syria, a revered philosopher and musician, authored influential texts that outlined oud playing techniques and highlighted its significance in music theory. He is acknowledged for modifying the first oud line. Yaqub ibn Ishaq al-Kindi, 9th century, a versatile scholar, provided detailed descriptions of oud construction in his letter, Risala Fiel Luhun wan Nagham. His work specified specific measurements for the instrument. Al-Hasan ibn al-Haytham, 11th century, a prominent scholar, further elaborated on the modern oud in his comprehensive music anthology Hawi al-Funun wa Salwat al-Mahzun. The oud also held profound cultural and even medicinal significance during this period. The 9th century jurist Mawardi notably extolled the oud's therapeutic applications, a principle echoed by the 11th century theologian Ibn Hazm in Arab Spain. This belief in the oud's healing properties, as fostering vitality and balance, persisted well into the 19th century, illustrating its multifaceted roles in society. The flourishing of the oud during the Islamic Golden Age represented not just a resurgence in popularity, but a pivotal era of standardization and scholarly study of musical knowledge. The detailed documentation by scholars like al-Farabi, al-Kindi, and Ibn al-Haytham on oud crafting, playing techniques, and theoretical frameworks transformed the instrument from a largely oral tradition into a systematic academic discipline. Al-Kindi's precise measurements for oud construction, alongside al-Farabi's inclusive texts on playing methods, provided standardized designs and teaching materials. This academic rigor facilitated consistent instrument crafting and instruction, enabling the establishment of formal music schools and the development of master musicians. This structured approach rendered the oud's intricate music more accessible across different regions, especially as Islamic culture broadened. The formalization catalyzed design uniformity for makers and instructional coherence for musicians, acting as a key driving force behind the oud's enhancement and extensive spread. That's it for today's deep dive into the world of the oud. If you found this insightful, don't forget to hit the like button and share the video with your fellow music lovers. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss part 2, coming in just a few days.